SharkyBreath.
He plays video games.
Hello, and welcome back to Horizon Forbidden West. Bet you weren't expecting this, neither was I. It was brought to my attention that I may have sold the Epilogue content a little bit short. I got the impression that it was kind of exactly what you saw inside the base. It was just an opportunity to do the quests that we had left. If you had left any, which I hadn't. But I hear that I'm wrong about that, so we're going to give it a more thorough once-over, and if it turns out that it is more going on here than I thought, then there will be a bonus episode, and you will know that because you're watching it right now. Look at that. Amazing. Well, first off, apparently, I made an assumption, right? Because when you talked to Beta, it didn't even go into like a sub-menu or anything. There was no conversation options or anything like that. I made an assumption that it was just like placeholder. But apparently you can keep talking to her, so I'm going to do that.
I paid Brawl's grave a visit earlier. Back at Gemini, he tried so hard to protect me.
Yeah.
He was my first friend. I still can't believe he's gone.
Interesting that you don't count Tilda. I mean, I can understand why not, particularly under the circumstances, but it's interesting that you don't count Tilda as your first friend. I guess she never was, though. And that whole thing, by the way, the death of Varl and Tilda's involvement, is something that I've heard that I did not do enough investigating into, which is part of why we're here. We'll get to that later. Let's keep talking to Beta.
So, Nemesis.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of theories on what destroyed the Zenith colony on Sirius.
Sure.
But twisted amalgamation of uploaded Zenith brain scans was definitely not one of them.
I mean, you'd think they'd know better.
And now it's headed for Earth.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I have to assume it just hates humans. Not just Zeniths, just humans in general. Seems like a problem. Hello.
Be careful out there, Aloy.
Mm-hmm.
When the Zeniths forced me to work on merging Hephaestus, it was... well, it was really pissed off.
I would imagine.
Capturing it again, it's not going to be easy.
No surprise there.
Going to work.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I couldn't make another game, see? So it's got to be hard. Meta-knowledge. Hello.
It's good to be back, Aloy.
I'm sure. I'm glad I didn't kill you, even though it was technically a betrayal of your faith. And now apparently you can also continue speaking to Silence in the same fashion, but that means that I have to find him, and I couldn't find my way around these rooms at the best of times. Hello, Silence.
Did you need something?
Apparently I did. What's up?
I'm surprised you're staying in the base.
Yeah, that.
Thought you'd slink away to one of your workshops.
The capabilities of this facility are adequate for now.
I thought that you already said this to me.
Well, make yourself at home, I guess.
I feel like that's the same thing you said to me the first time we talked, but maybe it's just starting over from the beginning? Sure, could be. Anyway, hi.
So you finally got what you always wanted.
Yes. All the knowledge of the Apollo database at our fingertips. At long last.
That is pretty good. I didn't realize that we definitely had it, though.
Last traces of Zenith code from it, that is.
Ah, so she's processing it.
We're
That's what we
entering
don't.
a brand
Got it.
new world, Aloy.
Mm-hmm.
You'd best be ready for it.
Sure, you do, I guess. That's an oddly threatening way to put it. Anyway, hi.
Hephaestus will undoubtedly design new and deadlier machines.
Yep,
now that
sequel.
it's returned to the global Cauldron network.
Sure, sure.
And we still need it to permanently fix the biosphere.
Yes.
Perhaps there's another way, courtesy of Apollo. Time will tell.
The accumulated knowledge of the entirety of humanity over the course of their entire existence definitely will be something that I suspect will be advantageous in this particular situation. Is that all you want? No, there's more.
Found anything we can use against Nemesis?
I picked up a thread that may lead to greater tapestry.
Okay.
But
What you
it will require more research.
Ah, no
I'll
spoilers.
share my findings in due time.
That seems in character. I mean, aside from the sharing part. The sharing part's not particularly in character, but the not sharing right now part, definitely. Anyway, hello.
I have work to do, Aloy.
No, you don't. No, you don't. It's the end of the game. You're lying.
I have work to do, Aloy.
He doesn't. He's lying. It's fine. Okay, so we did that. We talked to them. We did a proper job of it this time. Hooray. All right. Oh, wait, this box is full. When did this box get full? Hey, look at this. Some tremor tusks. I never realized how redundant that is. Tremor tusks. Cool. I'll grab all that. Sure. All right. Well, the next thing to do is go across the landscape and find my party members. So I'm going to do that, but I know where they are. The people in the comments told me where they were, so give me just a second. I'll skip ahead doing it. This is not the way out. Why can I never find the way out of the base? Anyway, I'll skip ahead. See you in a second. So naturally, Zoe is somewhere in Plainsong. It only makes sense. She's apparently joined the chorus, so I have to imagine she's not going to hang around in the base quite so often, but who knows? Who knows what's going to happen in the future? There we go. That'll be her, right? Maybe? Woo! Oh, there's more than one person who wants to talk to me here. Okay.
Aloy.
Hi.
Plainsong welcomes you.
Nice entrance, huh? Hello. Oh, you got your hat back on. Look at you. So fancy.
Bold and strong.
Not right now. I'm
Her mind was full of questions.
Utaru Farmer.
Often she went to the old woman, longest serving in the chorus,
Utaru Farmer.
who would look up from her tea and smile. Today,
Aloy,
Dre asked,
to what do we owe the
where
pleasure?
does the world begin? And where does it end?
Um,
I know you, child, said the old woman. No
I have
answer
armor
of mine will
and garments for
satisfy you.
sale.
who's
You
talking?
must go out in the world and search.
Oh, it's upstairs. It's the person up there.
Braving the wilds as always, Aloy?
I'm trying to read the subtitles. Zoe.
Back to me with your answer. Dre laughed as she ran from home, for she wanted nothing more than to explore the boundaries of the world.
Wait a second. have I heard this before?
First, she went to the
I have heard this before. Right, I've heard this before. It was just a long time ago. Anyway, sorry, Zoe. Yes, go ahead. Hello.
Aloy, it's good to see you.
Nice lighting effect in
Plainsong
this
seems to
scene.
have
Hi.
changed its tune.
As our fields thrive, so do my people.
I mean, that makes sense.
That's good to hear. How are things going with the chorus?
Slow. Convincing the chorus to take any sort of action regarding Nemesis won't be an easy task.
Presumably that's true.
But the Utaru know what you've done for them.
Hooray.
With some time, I know I can rally support to our cause,
Okay,
whether the chorus likes it or not.
good for you.
I'm sure you know how to handle it.
But better than me. I mostly shoot people. Anything else?
Where once there was light and sorrow, now there is plenty.
Which is good. I mean, there's apparently still problems, but that's still good.
Finally, Dre
I'm in a conversation right now? Dude, not cool. Anyway, hello?
Gone are the days of waiting for death to find us.
Yes.
Now is the time to come together and fight.
Well, I mean, soon. The giant alien entity that wants to kill us isn't here yet.
Soon we'll have a new harvest to celebrate.
Okay, so
Soon we'll have a new harvest to celebrate.
great. So that's basically the summation of it. Good. At least spirits seem to be good around here. That's good. Starvation not happening probably helps in that regard. Who's up here? What wants to talk? Hello? Oh, Bree. Who's Bree? I don't remember who you are.
Welcome to the garden.
Thank you.
How are you doing, Bree?
Oh,
Is this where you planted your wife's seeds?
you. I remember
It
you.
is. Are a part of Plainsong now, where they can take root and flower. I miss her. But I'll keep pushing for change, just like she would have.
Right.
I still can't believe something so... She didn't deserve any of this. But at least I have this to remember her by.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Even if one day we leave Plainsong, I'll know the seeds she carried will have been part of our people's cycle. And it's all thanks to you, Aloy. May you always walk in a field of plenty.
Y'all like to say that to me these days, which is nice and all, but it's weird hearing that same phrase from so many different people. But I guess social traditions, I understand. I am sorry that I didn't realize you were up here, Bree. I also kind of forgot about your whole deal. You must have been up here the entire time, huh? I just didn't actually come up here, and therefore I didn't see you wanted to talk to me, because that's not Epilogue business. That's just, you were just waiting for anybody to come by. I mean, you weren't. You're burying your wife. Anyway, I'm sorry.
To what do we owe the pleasure?
We just talked, though. Don't worry about it. I'm going to the next one. Ah! I'm okay. Okay.
Heard you cleared out a rebel
There she is.
Oh, hey, you see me? Where? Oh, there she. There you are. I was about to say there she is, which is what you said to me. You know how it is when sometimes someone says something to you and you feel like you should respond in kind as a greeting. It wouldn't be appropriate in this context. Sorry, Aaron. Hello.
So, Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
How's it going?
I've been talking with Moreland about how to get the word out about Nemesis up in the claim.
Oh, sure.
The Oseram are free folk. It'll
Oseram?
be hard to get them to work together.
I've never heard you pronounce it that way.
But him and me, we know a lot of people.
I suppose.
We get enough of them riled up, the Eldermen will have to listen.
Sure.
If anyone can make it happen, it's you guys.
Presumably. I know Aaron has his connections, but I didn't know Moreland does as well. Moreland seemed like the kind of... what's the word for it? Not erratic. Eccentric. Eccentric. That's the one. Eccentric. Like an eccentric inventor guy who didn't have a lot of friends and wandered off and did his own thing all the time. But I guess now he's a showman? I guess he's always been a showman. The thing about showmen, though, Aaron, is that they don't necessarily have non-show connections. They are friendly with a lot of people, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're friends with a lot of people, you know? But I guess you just said that he does have connections, which means you know better than I do, so I'm sorry. I'm not sure why I'm second-guessing you. Anyway, hello.
You know, one time I'd like the two of us to go on an adventure where angry Oseram aren't trying to kill us.
That would be convenient. We gotta be running out of angry Oseram, right? I mean, we've killed most of them. Maybe next time. You never know.
That's a good thing we put an end to Sarah's plans.
Ah!
My sister would be proud.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to... I bumped that bow drawing button. You're right. I guess I didn't really know your sister very well, but I'll take your word for it.
There is a lot of work ahead of us.
Presumably, yes.
But we'll make sure my people stand with you when Nemesis shows up.
Great. Stand with me specifically. I sure do enjoy being the point of all of our collective spear. But then again, I'm the protagonist, so it has to be that way, doesn't it?
That's a good thing we put an end to Sarah's plans.
You're looping.
My sister would have been proud.
It's weird having you do that same dramatic turn and stare twice in a row. Wait, if I'm talking to you from down here, do you do the same thing?
There is a lot of work ahead
Hang
of
on,
us.
I gotta check this.
But we'll make
No.
sure my people stand with you. when
Specifically,
Nemesis
your
shows up.
your eye tracking turns on. That's what it is, right?
Well, one time I'd like the two of us
Yeah,
to
that's
go
exactly
on an
what it
adventure
is.
where angry Oseram aren't trying to kill us.
That's kind of cool. I didn't realize that the social simulation of this game was advanced enough where it would respond to your current position rather than where it expects you to be. That's, I mean, it's not a big thing, I guess, but it's still good. It's still neat. Great. That was Errand. Errand, everybody. On to the next one. There we go. This should be Kotalo right in here.
Moments later,
It's not.
the entire grove was filled with lights.
Like the days of the first Tenor.
Even more, the truth of the visions was revealed to us. Then we gathered here and listened to Faraday's words.
And this was the same message Chief Hikaru saw.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Unity against our common struggles. Peace instead of war.
It sure is.
I wish I could have seen it.
It sure is convenient that the Tanakh, I guess they were pronouncing it right the whole time, Aloy and such. The Tanakh value the ancient messages, the ancient holograms so much, it's convenient. I said that wrong. It's convenient that the final, the ultimate hologram was a message of unity against a common foe, and that the common foe in this case was not just other humans. It worked out pretty well. It could have been a lot worse, you know? That kind of fanaticism can be dangerous. But it wasn't. Hooray. Hello.
Aloy,
That's me.
I was just telling Cavo how you revealed the visions after Regala's attack on the Kuru.
It was literally an
Always
accident.
wondered what Chief Hikaru saw and heard the day he conquered the grove.
Uh-huh.
Now we know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you don't get to see it too.
I can't replay it
It's okay.
for some reason.
I know a chaplain who was there.
That's, yeah.
The deeds of the Ten have always inspired us in battle. Now they will guide us towards peace as well.
Hooray.
All thanks to you, Aloy.
I mean, they're not exactly guiding us towards peace. They're guiding us towards a more productive sort of war, I guess. But ideally, there'll be peace after that. I wonder if I'm going to run into the situation where, you know, how sometimes there's a thing where once a giant war is over...
Here I am, with the tribe again.
Oh, there he is. I was expecting you to have a little exclamation point over your head. But anyway, I wonder if we're going to run into much of the situation where once all the conflict is over, Aloy doesn't know what to do with herself, you know? Because there's not a war to fight anymore. But then again, we're humans. We're not very good at existing in peace, so I'd imagine there'll always be work for her. Just might not
Here
always be
I am,
shooting in the face
with
work.
the tribe again.
Yeah, you mentioned. Sorry for the delay. Hello.
Hey. How does it feel to be back with the tribe?
It's an adjustment.
I'm sure.
I'd gotten used to your base, and your comrades.
You can call them your comrades
But
as well.
I've spoken to Hikaru about Nemesis. The clan commanders are next.
Okay.
My hope is that the entire tribe will be behind you when the time comes.
Ah, yes.
Thanks, Cthulhu. That means a lot.
Let's just hope it's behind me in the right fashion and not like spears drawn. I mean, that wouldn't probably happen, I know, but like saying that they're behind me when the time comes, no, I guess it's a good thing. For whatever reason, it struck me as having a double meaning, but it doesn't really. Sorry. Anyway, hi.
Thank you for helping me with my new arm.
Oh, sure. I hope you use it someday.
The other Tanakh look at my new arm with apprehension. I like it.
Do you mean your missing arm, or do you mean your robot arm? I guess we don't need to specify. You like being feared. Very well.
My new arm is strong, but I don't always need it.
Sure, sure. I'd imagine that's true. Anything else?
Thank you for helping me with my new arm.
Oh, sure, no problem. So that's a no then. Okay. I'm going to just real quick, since I'm right here, I'm going to swing by where Kotaro's probably hanging out and make sure he doesn't have anything else to say, but otherwise we're going to move on to the next one. Not Kotaro, Hikaru. Hikaru seems to still not exist. Yeah, no Hikaru in the world. Very well, on we go to the next one.
There you are, on the mend already.
Who's on what now? Who are you talking to? Oh, you're talking to each other. Okay, sorry, I misunderstood. So yeah, Legacy's Landfall. Alva should be around here somewhere. Maybe I can just scan for her. That would be probably simplest. Hey, there she is. Look at that. How convenient.
Landfall welcomes you, Aloy.
Cool, thanks. I've been here before, you know. But anyway, that's fine. Hello.
Hey, Alva. Thank you for sticking around.
Indeed.
No, it couldn't have been easy to stay when most of the Quen went home.
Yeah, you have people back there waiting for
I
you.
came to this land to find a way to save my family.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go back yet. Not with what's coming.
I
told Bohai about Nemesis, and I gave him a new focus.
let's hope it helps.
Oh. Are you sure we can trust him with it?
Yeah, that.
I know he'll probably find a way to twist it to his advantage with the other overseers back home.
Probably.
But once Gaia is completely up and running again, we might be able to set up a network so that we can stay in contact.
You know, that's a very good point.
Maybe I'll even get to speak to my sister.
Right, or your
And he said he
girlfriend,
would
question mark?
petition the Emperor to send us aid.
Do you think the Emperor will listen?
To be honest, I don't know. But I hope so.
We don't really know much about the Queen Emperor. You've probably met the Queen Emperor, but I don't know anything about them. I wonder if there'll be a presence in the next game. Does seem quite likely. Anyway.
When Nemesis comes, I'll be right there with you, Aloy.
Appreciate it. Anything else?
We lost so many ships on the way here.
Yes.
I hope the flotilla has a safer journey home.
Pacific Ocean is not to be sniffed at, so yeah, it's going to be dangerous, I'd imagine. But I don't know. Y'all seem to have your methods. Hopefully it works out.
You know, I kind of miss the base.
Yeah.
All the data to look through, and the others, of course.
Priorities, yes,
But
understood.
at least we have our focuses to keep in touch.
Convenient that. Convenient indeed. I wonder if we're going to wind up with more people on our network. Also, I wonder if there'll be a way for me to contact people on my focus networks without, like, it being a cutscene in the future. You know? Like, if I had a menu where I could just, like, call up my friends, I feel like that would be kind of neat. Anyway, anything else?
We lost so many ships on the way here.
I'll take that as a no.
I hope the flotilla has a safer journey home.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So that's my companions. I've spoken with my companions, and there's one more thing to do, as I understand it. This one may take me a minute, so yeah, hang on, all right? Now, I hear what I need to do is go back to the beginning of the game. The first ruin I was exploring with Varl in the first episode. And there was more information there, but I don't honestly know how to do that. I wasn't aware I could take the tram back up. I wonder if it's a matter of, like... I wonder if it's a matter of you have to do it in New Game Plus or something like that. Okay, give me a second here. Okay. Yeah, I suspect what I'm supposed to do is revisit the actual data points here. I'm revisiting the comment. It was quite involved from Emmeline Jett, and I just wanted to make sure that I do this justice here. So, okay, Project Anzu. Okay, let me just listen to this again.
The Zero Dawn terraforming system, the brainchild of Dr. Elizabeth Sobek. Empowered by 9 subordinate functions, Gaia, the core of the system, is capable of advanced planetary engineering, an obvious advantage to our space colonization efforts. Operation Phase 1. Establish an asset within Project Zero Dawn. Status complete.
Okay.
Phase 2. The asset will secretly beamcast a complete copy of Gaia and her subordinate functions to this facility's data center. If all goes well, Zero Dawn staff will remain completely unaware of the transmission. Risks. Discovery of this operation could result in Zero Dawn withholding the already negotiated Apollo database. Special care must be taken not to alert Travis Tate, the expert hacker in charge of Hades Protocol. In addition, extreme caution must be exercised in regards to Dr. Sobek herself. As one of the world's preeminent technologists, she may have instituted unforeseen security measures. A complete assessment is attached. This concludes the executive summary.
Okay, the implication that I believe I'm getting from this comment is that this right here, this is Tilda speaking, and that they've applied some slight distortion to her voice. It does say female voice and not the person speaking, which is usually what it says. Do I have one that has Tilda's voice in it? I feel like I do. Hold on. There was absolutely a conversation between Aloy and... Not Aloy, Tate and... Not Tate, not Travis Tate. Sobek, there we go. This.
The deal's off, Tilda. Zero Dawn got its ectogenic chambers. Far Zenith needs the Apollo database. There's no reason this incident... You tried to steal Gaia. I had nothing to do with it. And you punished those responsible. Your logic bomb has them scrambling to restore vital systems. I'm really supposed to believe that you knew nothing about this? Please, Liz. Humanity's chances are slim as is. You may not approve of our plan. But what if we're the only ones to survive? Don't you want us to have Apollo to remember our common past, our mistakes? I'm begging you. Fine. You'll get your copy of Apollo. Thank you. Let's speak again before... Goodbye, Tilda. Time to let go.
The Zero Dawn terraforming system, the brainchild of Dr. Elizabeth Sobek. The Zero Dawn terraforming system, the brainchild of Dr. Elizabeth Sobek.
Zero Dawn got its ectogenic chambers.
Okay. Well, obviously it's hard to tell because, well, the voice has been distorted on purpose. But if that is in fact Tilda speaking again, then she's trying to play both sides. Well, not exactly. No, that's not right at all. She's explicitly betraying Elizabeth's trust. And it sounds like their plan to sneak out Gaia got noticed, and therefore she had to go be upfront with Liz and attempt to fool her in a more direct fashion, which is what she wound up doing and how they got Apollo in the first place. Which is just as well, because otherwise there wouldn't be a copy of Apollo in existence at all. There was one last data point pointed out to me, and that's Intel update. Let's see. It's from Yahiaoui, from 2065. Esteemed members of the High Council, the latest intelligence report is attached. I expect I'll have another update at the end of the week. FY. Attachment. Elizabeth Sobek. All sources indicate Dr. Sobek continues to work obsessively on Gaia's development, pushing herself to psychological and physical exhaustion. Despite managing a large team, our sources note that she spends most of her time in isolation, which is consistent with her previously documented habits, detailed fully in her main file. Conclusions: Dr. Sobek remains unaware of Project Anzu. Sources will continue monitoring for any change in behavior. Project Anzu being the mole within within Zero Dawn that was sending Apollo out to the Zenith group, Far Zenith. Dead Pharaoh. Mr. Pharaoh continues to exhibit extreme guilt and psychological instability. His savior complexity, detailed in his main file, renders him incapable of dealing with his culpability for the impending extinction of life on Earth. While his attention is largely preoccupied with the construction of Thebes, our source confirmed he recently coerced Hank Shaw into installing a secret backdoor into the Zero Dawn system capable of superseding Alpha Authority. Omega clearance. It is unclear what Mr. Farrow intends to accomplish with this, but while it may not pose a risk down the line to Zero Dawn's success, it should not impact Anzu's goals. Conclusions irrelevant to Varzinus' aims. No further action necessary. Hank Shaw. The latest check-in with Mr. Shaw confirms he's continuing work in his role as a project beta of the Hades subordinate function, and his connections to our organization have gone undetected. He has demanded premium accommodations for his berth on the Odyssey, which was agreed to. Conclusions: Mr. Shaw is on target to deliver a copy of Gaia. After transmission, he will be removed from the equation prior to the Odyssey's launch. Refer to the action plan. Right. Project Anzu is a copy of Gaia being beamed out, not a copy of Apollo. Right. And that still went forward as planned because they do have a copy of the Gaia core. They just don't have all the subordinate functions. Anyway, the reason this was pointed out to me, I was pretty critical of how Varl's fate was handled, in that, well, it felt to me like they killed off Varl to put Aloy through some emotional growth, and for not much more reason beyond that, particularly given that Tilda was right there and could have saved him. But it was pointed out to me that Tilda has been manipulating things the entire time. That not saving Varl was not even... Excuse me. Mind your own business there, Boar. Anyway, it was not so much that she decided not to save Varl because she didn't figure he was worth the effort. It was that she specifically wanted Varl dead. Because what she wanted was to put Aloy in a position of vulnerability where she would agree to Tilda's plans. In the comment, it also suggested that Tilda wouldn't necessarily have known about Aloy's other allies, and so when she saw Aloy, Beta, and Varl at Cauldron Gemini, that she was assuming that by killing Varl, she was taking away Aloy's only ally, and therefore putting her in a position where she would be isolated and willing to work with whoever is available, just trying to manipulate her into agreeing to leaving the planet with Tilda. Which, if indeed the voice in the Project Anzu data point is Tilda, which I have to imagine it is, I haven't looked into it, but it does seem suspicious that they just market its female voice and not specifically who it is, then I suspect that does seem in character. In fact, they had a reason for killing Varl. Tilda had a reason for getting Varl killed. She just didn't want to do it herself because, of course, that would mean that Ayla wouldn't trust her. I clearly didn't give them enough credit in designing that particular event. There was intention there, and it wasn't just a character needs to die so Aloy takes this seriously. It was in line with Tilda's motivations. I still haven't looked into it enough to... Like, I wouldn't have drawn that conclusion myself based on the data points I just viewed. It seems like this probably comes from people who actually have, like, looked into all the data points together, and clearly I haven't found all of them. I've found remarkably few of them, honestly. Like, a lot of the story ones I found, but look at all these ones in the world that I just missed. And scan glyphs, there's so many I didn't find. There's a lot here that I didn't find, and probably it would give me more context on matters like this, so I was probably a bit harsh on matters like that one. It didn't sit well with me at the time, but I can see what they were doing with it, you know? I wish... No, I don't. I was going to say that I wish that it had been more evident that that's what was going on, but that's the whole point, isn't it? Tilda covered her duplicity very, very well. She had 1,000 years of experience doing that sort of thing, and there's no way that I would have just detected it easily. If I could detect it easily, then anyone could have. So the fact that it's just hinted at in the lore is actually pretty good. I mean, aside from the part where, you know, she possesses a giant robot and tries to kill you. That part's pretty obvious. But the fact that it doesn't come up obviously before that, that's actually a good thing. That's a good thing. I am swayed. That is a good thing. I had quibbles with it, but I believe they have been resolved. I wish Varl hadn't died. Varl was pretty great, and it seemed like things were going really well for him and Zoe, and it would be pretty cool if that hadn't happened, but he got caught up in Far Zenith and everything it represents, and primarily Tilda. I mean, it wasn't Tilda who killed him, obviously, but she was counting on it, probably. Probably. Who knows? Tilda, but she's dead, turns out. Anyway. Yes, I believe I will, and I will upload this, which, of course, I will. I mean, what am I saying here? I wasn't sure if I was going to use this footage, but there actually has been quite a bit that I missed. And so it'll just be a short little one-off, but I hope that you enjoy it for what it is, you know? It would be nice if I could do do the lore of this game entirely justice and, like, go around and find everything, but that's simply not going to happen, I'm afraid. There's just too much. It would take too long, and I got a channel to run, but yes, I'm glad I did this anyway, because that part really didn't sit well with me, and it's good to hear that there at least was some motivation, even if I wish it were not the case. Anyway, this is in fact the end of the Horizon Forbidden West playthrough on SharkyBreath. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know I did. I know I criticized a lot of things, but genuinely it was a good time. If I wasn't having a good time, I wouldn't have finished it, and that's simply the way it is. So, thank you for watching. As always, I appreciate it. And, full disclosure, I still don't know exactly what I'm going to be playing next around here, but I'm going to come up with something soon. Something will happen soon, promise. Anyway. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh, pardon me. I did want to thank Emily and Jet and also Horizon Mysteries for commenting and getting me to look into this further. Because, yeah, genuinely when I did the finale, I was running low on time, and it wasn't evident to me that there was more to find, so I just sort of left it at that. But that doesn't sit well with me when I sort of shortcut things like that. Anyway, thank you, and I'll see you next time.